My gut health was so bad that I struggled to eat anything other than chicken and rice and broccoli. I struggled to go to work and do my job well, to eat out with friends, or even leave the house some days. My gut was literally controlling my life. So if you have constipation, bloating, gas, diarrhea, reflux, abdominal pain, or any of the IBS symptoms, then you're in the right place. Just know that I've been there too, and I'm here to help. My name is Bella, and if you're new here, I'm a functional nutritionist and founder of the Functional Gut Health Clinic. But before I was this, I was more like this. Constipation was the story of my life for almost 30 years. Even as a child, I remember being given this banana-flavored stimulant laxatives and pooping about once or twice a week. And by my late teens, those laxatives became even less effective. And I was really impacted, both physically and emotionally, by chronic constipation. You know, it was this struggle to hide a bloated belly in loose clothing. It was really thick makeup to hide my skin breakouts. I avoided dinners with friends to hide the fact that I couldn't eat anything without tummy aches and gas. And absolutely nobody was allowed to take my picture. Because who wants evidence of when they feel at their absolute worst, right? My gut health got dramatically worse after a series of antibiotics for recurrent UTI infections and a serious case of food poisoning in Africa around about my mid-20s. It wasn't the fresh fish at the street stall, it was the dodgy prawn from the 5-star seafood restaurant on Zanzibar Island. And I remember eating the prawn and thinking, that tasted a little bit off, but I don't want to waste food, so I swallowed it down. How I wish I could have made a different choice in that moment. My belly grew so quickly. I was in the bathroom by about 10:30 p.m. And luckily for me, my 2-star hotel bathroom was so small that you could basically sit on the toilet and vomit into the shower, then use the bidet hose to wash it all down. It was pretty gross, but it was kind of bathroom perfection for food poisoning. The problem was that episode of food poisoning plus all of the antibiotics started this slippery spiral downwards for the next 5 years, to the point where I struggled to go to work and do my job well, to eat anything other than chicken, rice, and broccoli, or even leave the house some days. I was in pain, incredibly bloated and uncomfortable in my body, and no amount of laxative combinations would get things moving anymore. I tried everything, like literally everything. I tried prune juice and all of the usual diet hacks. I even tried drinking Epsom salts mixed with orange juice. And no, the juice did not improve the flavor at all. And then I tried the colonoscopy prep drugs. And finally, I graduated to colonics with colonoscopy prep drugs. I felt like a junkie with an addiction, doing all of these really extreme things, except that my addiction was trying to get rid of constipation, and nothing I tried would give me any sort of lasting relief. The early years of experimentation were minimally successful at best. Maybe something would work for a few days, but mostly everything seemed to cause me more pain and embarrassment when I went too far, just trying to get a little bit of relief. I was now struggling with this longer list of symptoms. It was unexplained weight gain, skin breakouts, bloating, stomach pain, gas. Constipation was still there, terrible sleep, debilitating fatigue, and brain fog to the point where I struggled to string together sentences. I was at Cambridge University with some very smart friends one day, and my husband had to finish my sentences for me. I was so frustrated and embarrassed. Now for the good part. For me, the big shift in my symptoms finally happened when I took my first functional health lab test. I did a stool test, an organic acids urine test, and a SIBO breath test, and they totally changed the trajectory of my whole life. They gave me answers to what was going on inside my gut, causing me all of this discomfort, and it was proof that it wasn't all in my head. And as a science lover, I was completely hooked. At this point, I also realized that lab testing could be a game changer for millions of people struggling like I was. So I decided to shift my career to using these tools, nutrition training, and my own personal experience to help people like me heal. It still remains the most rewarding work I've ever done, and I'm so incredibly grateful to be here sharing it with you. So, the paradigm shift. Let's get into it. The paradigm shift for me was that the label I was given of IBS, or irritable bowel syndrome, is not a single disease with a single cause. It's a whole host of different identifiable imbalances that are different for everyone, and the best part is that we can heal them. We just need to do the right labs and take a thorough health history to find out what those imbalances are. For me, it was SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. It was multiple parasites in my gut from all of the food poisoning and travel that I had done. It was C. diff and other bad bacteria. It was mold, mycotoxins, and candida, and I had a super leaky gut. Once I got over the shock of how messed up my gut was, I was actually pretty excited because I had all of these healing opportunities and things to do that could make me feel better. I worked hard to manage my symptoms through diet changes, through prioritizing rest and gentle movement and good quality sleep. I found some mindfulness practices that worked for me, and I added in natural supplements to address the imbalances and the healing opportunities that were identified. I made it through, and I know you can too. Time and consistency and an unwavering belief that you can heal are so important. Fast forward 10 years through my own healing journey, nutrition training, creating an online nutrition clinic, I now lead a dedicated team of 7 absolutely brilliant full-time practitioners. We specialize in identifying the root causes of IBS for our clients and using natural protocols to address these imbalances. We've helped thousands of clients regain control of their gut health and transform their lives as a result. And a big part of our mission is education. That IBS isn't an end-of-the-line diagnosis, but an invitation to dig deeper. Education about root cause testing, about holistic functional health and how all systems of the body are linked together, about natural protocols and how drugs and surgery aren't the only options we have. There's lots to share, and that's what this channel is all about. Sharing our expertise, our experience as a client and as a practitioner, about what works and what doesn't, and our ever-evolving approach to addressing gut health imbalances. You'll get the latest science, you'll get practical tips we use in our clinic, and common pitfalls to avoid. It's all about empowering you with knowledge and strategies for a healthier gut. If you're ready to take back control of your gut health, armed with expertise from someone who's been in your shoes and now helps others do the same for a living, then this is the place for you, and we want to help. Subscribe for insights, strategies, and support on your gut healing journey. And together, we can make lasting changes to your health and well-being, because you deserve to feel vibrant and well.